I'm okay. I hope you are okay too. At this time, we are going to discuss about two types of essay, that is the classification and also the comparison and contrast. Let's start with a classification. A classification essay is a piece of writing that organizes or sorts things into categories. 3 steps to effective classification. Number 1, sort things into useful categories. So we are going to use categories. Number 2, make sure all the categories followed a single organization principle. Okay, it's the same as if you were putting your clothes in your closet. Okay, you are organizing what type of clothes you will put in this drawer, what type of clothes you will put in the other drawer. So the same for the classification. You have to put it into categories. And number 3, give examples that fit into each category. This is very important. Just to support each category, you need to give examples. And finding categories. How you can find categories? This is a key step in writing a classification essay. To classify or sort things in a logical way. Find the categories to put them into each category. For example, you need to sort stacks on papers on your desks. Before you would put them in a random piles, you would decide what useful categories might be. Papers that can be thrown away in one category, papers that need immediate attention and another category, and papers to reach another category, papers to pass on to other co-workers in another category, or papers to file. This is another category. The thesis statement for this type of essay, for a classification essay, the thesis statement usually includes the single topic on how it is classified, and sometimes the categories are named. For example, tourists in Hawaii can enjoy 3 water sports: snorkeling, surfing, and sailing. Tourists in Hawaii is the single topic. 3 water sports, how to classify, and snorkeling is one category, surfing is another category, and sailing is the other category. A well-written classification essay includes all the categories that pertain, belong, or correspond to the main item that is classified. For example, if you want to classify human rights, and you say that this is the same, human rights can be classified into 2 types of categories. First type, civil and political rights. Second type, social and cultural rights. Effective classification essay in 3 main steps. Number 1, determine the categories. Don't include too many categories that you cannot manage. Number 2, classify by a single principle. Once you have categories, make sure that they fit into the same organizing principle. And number 3, support equally each category with examples. Remember, equally. And let's start with the comparison and contrast essay. In a compare and contrast essay, students have to compare 2 objects, 2 problems or events, and evaluate their similarities and differences. This can be done in 3 ways. Number 1, discuss the similarities between them. Number 2, discuss the difference between them. And number 3, discuss the similarities and differences between them. In this course, we are using number 3. There are 2 main patterns of organization for comparison and contrast essay. Number 1, block method. In a block arrangement, the body paragraphs are organized according to the objects. The block arrangement discusses one of the objects in the first body paragraph and the other object in the second body paragraph. All the ideas provided in the first paragraph are also provided in the second paragraph in the same order. For the block method, we have only 2 body paragraphs. The second one is the point-by-point method. In a point-by-point arrangement, the body paragraphs are organized according to the idea. The point-by-point arrangement discusses a particular point about the first object and then immediately discusses the same point about the second object. This is a little bit larger. It could be 7 or 8 paragraphs. It depends on the point you are comparing and contrasting. This is a statement example for a block arrangement. There are two main different similarities between PC and Mac in terms of software and easy to use. So first body paragraph, you say the PC. Number one, the supporting software. Second, supporting easy to use. Second body paragraph, Mac. Number one, software, and number two, easy to use. So this is for both. How about the thesis statement for point by point? It's the same thesis statement. There are two main differences and similarities between PC and Mac in terms of software and easy to use. In the first body paragraph, you say software. So first, supporting PC. Number two, Mac. Second body paragraph, easy to use. Number one, PC, and number two, Mac. And this is a graphic organizer that you can use to contrast means to identify the differences and compare, mean contrasting how people to evaluate and come to discussion or make judgments about two or more objects, person, idea, places, feelings, etc. For example, the Venn diagram can be used for a compare and contrast. So you say subject 1, that is the rich countries. Subject 2 is the poor countries. So you say topic A here, topic B here. And between you put what is in common. And here we have the difference unit and the difference unit. So the Venn diagram is a graphic organizer you can use for a compare and contrast. Thank you and hope you have questions for our live class.